Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for a great event we are part of here. Thank you, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Today we are having a very good sessions are going on as a good learning day. Okay. Just I can move forward here. Okay. Yeah. Uh, Thanks for all the sponsors. We're happy to we are here. It's a big effort they are did. We are here to bring these for sponsors. They are spend more on our learnings. Thanks for them. Okay. The second part, everyone please go through it. The quiz to win prizes. Just scan your code and get it. Join many sessions as you can to get the hints or the correct answer of the quiz. Try to make it. Okay, that's I think that's we need to complete before 11:59 p.m. from today. Okay. Before starting, just I introduce myself. Myself already he's introduced very well. Thanks for that. I'm Jenkins Ennis. I'm a modern workspace solution architect. I'm from Chennai, India. I'm a founder of JPower 4. I'm MEP, MCT, an international speaker, author, and trainer. I'm a Microsoft Teams Power Platform and SharePoint framework specialist. I'm also an organizer of my M365 Bangalore and AOS ambassador. You can easily connect me in my Twitter, LinkedIn, and my blogs and YouTube. So okay, that's a obviously you can connect. Recently, I published my book, Building Solution with Microsoft Teams. You can easily, if you are planning for a Teams apps development, obviously it's helpful. Thank you. This we can move today's session as a really we are planning here, right? Well, what we are coming here, all about send proactive message in Microsoft Teams bot. Okay. What about it Teams? First, you can understand the app. What is that? What is the purpose? Why we are using bot? Okay. I hope everyone know to Teams. Just now we joined a meeting also in Teams, right? That's a really important point. Always apps are important to extend our applications. Here I'm going to talk about one part of bot apps with the proactive messages. Okay. When you come to agenda, it's just introduction about the Teams app, and then we talk about proactive messages to Teams app and proactive messages to personal apps. Okay. Here I'm going to use Yo Teams as a model. We have multiple options to develop Teams apps. I'm going to use Yo Teams. Okay. Yeah, before starting, just I can start with Microsoft Teams. Okay, let's say when we come to Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Teams is a hub for teamwork. I think everyone know about it. It's a new version of Skype for Business to communicate through chats, meeting, calls, everything. And it's a collaboration with your all your Office apps like SharePoint and other applications from Office 365. And these two are integrated in a single place. You can able to manage your team. Right now, everyone in remote, you can able to connect easily using Teams, right? Because of that's a very good option. You can chat, you can share your files and integrate. And the good thing is when you come to Teams, you have option to use many ways to attract, right? That's a very important part. Whenever we are using Teams, you feel that something you are interacting easily with our team members, right? That's the main approach they are coming with. And one more thing is we have a work with confidence because of Office 365 integrated with Teams, very much secured and it's in a compliance and manageable version, right? And from here, we have a good product. We have a way, what are the ways you want to communicate with the other members in our team. Everything is there and sharing documents, huge number of application by default available. When you come to our own line of business, that's a big challenge, right? I feel whenever I'm having my own applications, I want to integrate my two in my team. That's the main expectation from anyone. Okay. That's a coming to that point. When we come to our own application, I want to extend my application that I need to develop, right? because of we need to integrate our application at least in the teams to know where my application available, where our code or we want to use tabs. We have different options to integrate as a extending and my own application. Okay. When you come to different, you are coming from different background from a users, like you are a vertical user or you are a horizontal user, organizational department like departmental tools, employee resources, anything. That's all come under custom apps. When you come to the ready to use, Microsoft provide a huge number of apps. That is the one part, and our third party members are published as a generic apps, like when regularly whatever apps we are using, they are shared the apps. Come to our end, we have a two things, right? Vertical and horizontal. That's the vertical, all the customer point of view. Whatever healthcare or manufacturing, retail, banking, food industry, whatever, it doesn't matter. We can able to integrate or that application. Okay. The second one is organization based apps. It's the internal apps, right? Like department apps, the employee apps. Uh, yeah, just I can see 1 second. I think he asked about the image. Okay. Uh, able to see me, right? Okay. Okay. These are the ways we can communicate from this different way. You can communicate to your team's application. Okay. When you come to the scenarios, industries from horizontal and vertical, you can use airlines, all the different departments you are using, right? Let's say people feel that Teams is now very comfort application, and the same time we need to give the extending their own business, own line of business to bring the easily the brand partnership with any applications. That's a main expectation here. Okay, now we are it's understand that everywhere it's accessible, anywhere can able to use it. Okay, that's a benefit on the communication. Okay, when you come to extend our application with our own development. Okay, Microsoft Teams app, that's a Microsoft Teams app package. That's first you need to understand that it's a three parts is there. One is in our Azure portal. That's we need to register your Azure bot. Previously it's named as a bot framework channel registration. Now there's Azure bot is there, and you want to deploy and publish your app in your local, okay, where you want to publish. And we have the application side. We have a web pages, whatever development you want, it develop or you want to integrate. Is we have a multiple types. We have a tab, we have a bot, we have a message extension, like that. We have a different options available in Teams. Okay, just I can show you, of just for understanding what is all the features available in the apps for an overview. Okay, just I'm adding in on my account to here. I can use okay. When you come to Teams, everyone know that we are regularly using Teams. When you come to this is a way. If you are new, this you can understand. We have able to communicate with the chat as a personal one-to-one or one-to-many like that, and we have a Teams to communicate with using channel to different department management like that, and we have a calendar to schedule your meetings or everything. And we have calls option, we have files, it's a SharePoint integration. Okay. When you come to here, we have option even when whatever channel, anything, if a new communication, for it's a new conversation, you can able to see this is a message extension in the below. Okay, whatever you want to add any application or whatever it is. For example, I'm going for a normal application. You can see here, these are all the extensions, right? You can able to communicate whatever application you want and everything. Okay, just you can add any application to communicate from there. You can able to do, and we have option. Other options are we can able to add a tab. Any application you want to add as a simple tab, and also you develop a extension. Okay, for example, I want to add a regular website. Any one of the website I want to bring, I can provide the URL of that. Okay, let's say I can use some SharePoint part. Say adding this URL, and you can able to get the site inside your channel. Okay, that's we can easily manage all your data from Teams. You can able to add here new item. It will open directly there, right? And also you can able to integrate directly with the file system. Okay, we have a SharePoint integrated with your application. That's everything possible. This is a tab. We have a message extension. We have a bot. Bot, for example, I have any say go or new application can start here, get a bots, you can have any bots here, whatever bots available existing, you can able to take it. For example, I can say we have any polybot, add it. Okay, create a new poll, it will automatically come there, right? Let's say interaction from the application itself. Whatever we are talking about, proactive messages. For what is the proactive messages? Okay, because we need an account for that. When you come back to proactive messages, okay, main thing is when you come here, you need to know about. We have a Teams bot you need to develop. It's a personal bot or a Teams bot, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, we need a application external data, whatever it available there, you can use it. And you can able to say your user ID and your name, and you can able to send the data to the wherever you want to send. Okay, based on the row ID, and you can able to send the data to the corresponding bot. Okay, how it will work? Just I can give the demo of the proactive message. How the output you need to know, right? We have an app. Okay, already I have an app here. Okay, anyone can able to see here. This is the ShareHub app. Okay, we can able to see these are the messages using the adaptive cards. We can see that. Okay, I using one application that's we can able to send the message, right? I can use this URL and we have a API and proactive. Okay, when you come to the inputs, we are passing the body element with the JSON format. I can manage the JSON format from my code and displaying to the user. Okay, when you come to here, we have I can say hi or something like that. Nothing will happen because it's a proactive application. Just is a currently only set up for delivering the application because the bot I set up like that. Okay, when you come to send a message from outside with your own application, wherever it is, you are sending the message. We are just I can send here. What will happen is sending the message and it will confirming that message sent. Okay, just I can go back to my part. I can able to see the data, whatever we have. Okay, in the format, designing format, you need to decide how we can present. Okay, we can able to develop and show the data differently. Okay, this is a way we are showing the proactive message. That's we have three types of proactive messages. One is welcome message. Whenever I require a welcome message, I can use the message to the user using welcome message. Second, we have a notification. Whenever I want to use some notification to a user, same like now just I did, right? That is the type of notification. The third one is scheduled messages. Okay, we want to schedule some message regularly. Want to notification like, for example, every Friday I want to schedule some message like that. We can plan. These are the three ways to bring the proactive message. Any message sent to the by the bot that is not the response to the request from the user. That's the main approach. For your bot, to send a proactive message to the user or a group chat or a team. Okay, we have a three options, right? When you are coming teams, we have three options, right? Chat, and we have a group chat. For example, I want to start a chat. We want to add as different users. For example, user two, user one. This is the group chat, right? Likewise, we can able to communicate with the multiple users using our bot. That's or you have a personal bot. When you go for but you can able to use a personal app also that you can it will work on there itself. Okay, directly that only I can show. This is the personal bot already I shown here there for the example. Same way you can able to manage personal bot or your team's bot or your um, uh, group chat bot. These are all three supported. Must have access to the send the message. That's the only condition. You can proactively install your app using Microsoft Graph in your team, or you want to send a proactive message different from sending a regular message. There is no active turn on context used to the reply. Okay, always you can send a message that's a receiving point of view. Your app will be there. That's it. Okay, sending a proactive message is different from sending a regular message. Always remember that, because regular message what will do with the bot, whenever you are typing something, it will send the information, right, to the it will communicate. It's a one-to-one communication. Like that conversational bot will happen. This is not a conversational. It will send a initiating a message before user initiated. Okay, what for example, I have a team of members working on our team. We want to know, I want to share some information to the users. That scenario, I want to send notifications like that, right? For example, uh, every Monday I want to send the morning, I want to inform to my user these are the pending tasks or something like that. I don't want to send something user can initiate. Before that, I want to send the information. Then I can make it a scheduled message to send the information, right? Likewise, we have a notification also. Immediately, I want to communicate to you with some information to say notify this the application having this issue or something like that. I can use it. And we can have other thing is we have a welcome message. Welcome message always we plan. By default, we have a welcome message available whenever you are writing a code. Okay. Create a conversation. You must create the conversation if does not exist or you do not know the conversation ID. You must only create the conversation once to store the conversation value or a conversational reference. Okay. That's we need to plan. Okay. Let's come back. Sending a message required some basic need because we require user ID or a team ID or a channel ID. User ID is a unique ID. We need to take it. Okay, that we need to every bot ID and the particular user together. Microsoft providing a user ID. Using that, you can able to easily communicate to the corresponding user, which user you want to send, because you are sending a message directly with a particular notification directly to that. From where I can send, to whom to send, like that we need to plan, right? That we need to make available for which user ID you want to send. Okay. And the second one is team ID and channel ID. Team ID and channel is very easy because it's a unique for that app. Okay, but whenever I coming to the bot ID, it's always unique for, because team is the only one have and the channel is also only one, right? When you come to user ID, it's not like that. You have a user ID with a different bots also you install in the same place. That's the reason it will come as a every user have a user ID with your bot ID together. It will generate a unique ID. You cannot reuse the user ID between bots. That channel ID is global, but user ID is not global. We can always use unique for different bots. Okay, your bot must be installed in the team before you can send a proactive message to the channel. Okay, that's always remember that. Okay, personal ID. If you want to use the message to the user, they also install the bot in their communication. Then only it will work. Okay. What's the best practices for proactive messages? Sending a proactive message to user is very effective way to communicate with your users. However, from the perspective, the message can appear completely unprompted. Okay, and in the case of welcome message, it is the first time they have interact with your app. Therefore, it is very important to use proactive messages not to spam the users, because always remember that if you're sending a lot of messages, then user confused, right? We can't give like that, and provide enough information to let the user understand why they are receiving the message, because it's a sending a message without initiating any conversation from the user. Okay, all three are like that, right? It's not only the welcome message, notification or schedule message like that. Then we need to provide the information to the user because of this sending from the app. Okay, how to do this app development? We always remember that here's a simple process. First, you need to register yourself with the Azure Bot, enable the channels, what channel you want to do, and you want to create a client secret for the app, which app you are planning, and you can get the app ID. Then create an Azure storage account if required to store your ID permanently somewhere. You can go with that create. Okay, otherwise it doesn't require. And we are create a Microsoft Teams app using Yemen generator, or Microsoft providing a lot of options now. Teams development. They can also have a Microsoft templates. App templates is there. You can able to use for your C# template or a Node template, whatever it is. Okay, we can be able to use. Okay, when I come to app templates, you can able to see here. We can say. And we have another one is Yo Teams. Okay, that's a third party development. That's Microsoft supporting that. Okay, when you come to the team and you need to use the template. One second, I'll show you the Yo Teams first. When you Yo Teams, we can say the Yo Teams generator. You can able to see the generator like this. I can go into show you. Don't worry. And you need to install that whenever you want to use. First, you need to prepare the development environment. We need a node. Latest version of node, we can say, for example, I am going to my command prompt. I can say, for example, node hyphen version. We have to install. I have 14.17. Maybe new versions are there. Just I can say Node.js. Right now, the node, it's not. You can download and install. Now I think it's a 14.18 is there. Okay, you can latest LTS version is better. You can use one. Then you can need a code editor like Visual Studio to know how to doing all the development, right? We can do that. Finally, we need to install the Yo. Okay, that's a Yemen and the Gulf Fund. These two you need to install to use our Yo Teams. Okay, this all you done. Then install the generator. Install the Yo Teams. It's another node model, node development. You can use. If you want to later session, you can use the preview. I think not required. Mostly you can go with this one. Okay, fine. Done it. Okay, that's say you can start with the application. Okay. Okay, now we are go with the doing this application. Okay, let's say okay. I'm going to start the application part. I can go to my folder, any one of the application folder. Let's say go here. First, I can say command prompt and cd. I can make it a little small. Let's say, yeah. Okay. I can go to this folder and I can create one folder for my today's demo application. For you can say here demo for okay. As a message I can say, and I can go to change the folder to that. Okay, we have a application layer. We can move to the corresponding folder. Now we are in the folder. Okay, now I need to start the application development. First, you need to know just you can Yo Teams. You can enough to start the application. Okay, it's asking your name, solution name. You need to use the same. We have a current folder, leave it, let's say fine. And we have title of the application, we need to provide what title you want. We can say demo proactive message. I have the, you need to provide the company information or everything, and you can start the application. Enter your ID, you can, and go here. By default, it's selected the tab. Okay, we have a different type of items, right? Tab, bot, outgoing web go, connectors, message extension command, and locally support. These are the different features available to add as a project. Okay, just you can click tab and you can remove the tab, a tab, and second select it bot and enter, and you can say 1 second. I use. Demo project is a title, mini version, and you can say the ID not required, and you can say tab. So next one, I can select a bot because we are going to use the bot, and we can, because proactive message required a bot, I am going to select the bot. Okay, then it will automatically creating a URL here. This is a permanent URL you need to do, but here I'm going to use the ngrok to do that. Okay, just say go here, and I don't want any tab or any test application right now because it's a demo, right? And application insights. Here I'm going to use create a new bot framework. Okay, just I can start. For here, we can later we can add the what is the bot framework you need to add. Okay, this is the name of the app. Just you can use the same, and we need to use the ID for that. You need to provide because this is the app ID when you want to create from the Azure bot. Okay, that's we need to develop. Okay, that's the ID we required to communicate from Azure bot to your team's application. Then only it's support to work. Okay, that's a we need ID. That's you can later you can update. And we have the, do you want a static tab? Do you want to not required, right? No static tab and no, that's right now not required. We can creating a new application. Okay. Once it's done, you can able to open the code. I can show explain the code where you can see that. Just open. You can see the Visual Studio. Right. Okay. When you come to here, you can able to see whenever open the solution, you can able to see the manifest under the SRC. By default, node modules will be there. That is all the reference data. You can say manifest.json. This is the important file. This is the icon color and icon outline. Is the logo you need to use for your identify your app. Okay, all the different icons you can provide. There's two type of icon you need to provide. It's a standard you need to provide, and then manifest. Here you can see your application ID bot automatically taking everything, right? How where it will take it. Here the name, a description, icons, and your assets, and where it's the scope is team and personal because you are creating a bot, right? It's a scope you can go, and is notification only? No, because we are doing anything you do. If you make it as true, then it will you can able to send only the notification for that bot. Okay. We go the environment. We can see here the basic information available here. We have our package name, whatever name you want, you can able to modify. Here the app ID we need to provide. Here the app password we need to provide. and the port number, and then security token you need to add if you record. Here, this thing too is very important. Without that, it won't work. Others don't worry about it. If you have a connector, everything you need to use. And once you are using ngrok, you can use the ngrok domains. Okay. Here, the same ID you need to pass. Whatever the ID we are passing here, same you can add here. Both are same only. Don't worry. Okay. This once you're done, and you can, after added it, you can able to work on it. Okay. That's first you can go and create one application ID also. Whenever you want to test the application, okay, let's say you can want to verify what is going on and like that, you can easily develop, deploy the data, everything. As a web app, you can deploy. You want to deploy in your Azure. Okay, that's the deployment part you need to do. A simply way to develop the bot first. Previously, say bot channel registration in Azure. Just I can go to Azure now. I'll go with another browser. No need to confuse the user for accessing our application. You can say Azure portal.azure.com. I think some other account is I can sign out. I am going to use my own Azure account. Whenever you're creating, I already told, right, we need to have a register a bot in Azure. Then only you can able to get the app ID and secret to configure the endpoints. Okay. For example, I create a new one. If you want to create a separate resource to manage everything, then you can create a resource also. Okay. That's not a mandatory one. If you want to maintain a different resource, then you can say resource group and create, and you need to provide the resource group, say Asia demo, and you can see whatever it is and review and create. You can see the resource creation is validating and validation passed, and it asks you to create it. Okay, let's say go to the ghost resource part. So Asia group is created. Okay. Now once you have a Asia group, and you can say we want to add the once this is pin the dashboard with the okay, my dashboard. You can able to see that what are the application we have. My dashboard, we can able to see the resource, whatever the new resource we created, right? Let's say okay. Now I'm going to create a bot. Okay, let's say bot. That means it will come to the Azure bot. We have a different type of bot is there. We can use the Azure bot. Previously, it's have a bot registration the name. Now it's changed to Azure bot. You can create the bot. Here you need to provide a proper name, which is new unique name you need to provide. Okay, that's I believe is you can use the same name what we used here. No, then you can easily understand, right? Let's say message, and you can have a resource group selected and this plan. Okay, price style change the plan. You can see there. You have a multiple plans available for bot development. We have a premium messages. That's a price include the message send or issue, and here this one is you can able to see free. Okay, Epson standard is a premium message unit you need to provide. Okay, you can always use the free one. Okay, for the demo. When you are real time, you can go with that. Okay, 1,000 message estimated. You can plan for like that. Okay, based on your requirement, you can select and you can say free plan. And you can see here Microsoft App ID, create a new one because it's a new application we are doing. Just review and create. and create it. This process we can able to automate also anytime you want. Is deploying. You're able to see the notification here once completed. It's a simple process only. It's creating. Previously, while creating itself, you can able to provide the URL of the message, everything. Now we need to create. After that, you need to provide. Let's say, go to the resource. You can see here now the endpoints are there. We need to provide the endpoints, everything. Let's say you can say bot profile. You can see you want any icon you want to add or anything, you can do that. Okay, and the message display name, description if you want to add. Then the configuration part, we need to provide the endpoint. What endpoint we are planning to communicate. Okay, and just I can say https:// just I can replay URL. Okay, just you don't have a URL ready, right? The domain. You can use whatever this name also fine. And I can say API/messages. Okay, this is the message endpoint we are planning. We need to send the communication. Okay, here we can copy this one. This is the ID we are planning to take for the Microsoft ID. I'll go and use it here in my app ID. Okay, then I can say apply. Okay, now we can say manage. 1 second, you can see the secret part. Okay, you can take from the application. Okay, then go here. You can say app registration. Go to app registration. Whatever you created app, right? It automatically available here. Just open it. Here you can take the certification secrets. Go here and create a new client secret, and you can say demo app and add. You can able to use long. I can copy this one. Other next time it will come like this. So just copy and paste with your application. Okay, I can use it. Okay, this app ID you can add the below also. Okay, now we have the app ID and secret is ready. The URL part is not completed. We can say authentication. You want to use any authentication to the configuration for this one. Just I can add. Say user point of view can view. Say user one directory part. Access as user all. As a directory as a signed in user. And also it's a better practice you can use because you need to add the data. Okay, let's say user read all profiles. Okay, add permissions. Granting consents. Now you have the certificate and secrets. You can have the ID. That's the reason I asked you to copy it. Okay, and you can say authentications with a overview, whatever the ID you can have. Your application ID is there, right? CA have the same ID we already copied, right? Just 92. Okay, the same ID is there. You can able to get the certificates and secrets, and also we can able to get the ID. Both we need code. We are done. Okay, that point you are ready. We have a data. Okay, now we can save. Go to the code. By default, it will create a web folder, secrets, and demo. And you can have a server also. This server will execute whatever your communication starting point, everything. Okay, here only the execution start. whenever you are running any application. Okay, we need to add the execution start updates also, and also the team apps is saying which one you are having a execution. Okay, just go here. This is the application starting point, right? With the team's communication. By default, it's taking the declaration first. What are the memory? And you can say the app ID, app password is taken to the process your application. Okay. Then I can have a demo. Okay. Just a default one, they are having normal bot. Okay. Just I save. Okay. What I do is just a default one. I can help you to check it. Okay. Then I can modify this code. Okay. We need to do little changes only. You can able to make it as a proactive messages. By default, it will get the welcome message, welcome card, everything will be there. Okay. That's we can go with the on conversation update. You can handle all your welcome messages, notifications, and proactive messages. Okay, that is nothing but whenever you are running, it will verify the user and do it. Okay, then you can see this activity message. You can say what conversation coming like that. Okay, this is the way we can able to do. Just I can add some information to that. Okay, let's say I'll take some code. For whenever I'm coming here, like this is all already there, and we have a constructor on message. I already commented other stuff. Just I can take in this one. This on message, I can take this one here. Then you come here, I can just command this switch statement. I don't want that. Okay, whatever we have, the on message as synchronized promise, you can same thing. You can show no difference. But the only thing is I managed to use is a personal verifying it's a personal conversation type. Then I can say what is the input you are type. You can get the you are typed this one. That's it. Just you can reply back with the same comment, nothing different. Just whatever you are typed, it will take the value and it's a conversation only in on the on message. Here also this switch statement also what will happen is when I type anything, first you take the hello, everything, and then help like that. Just I can thought of it. Why not? We can do with a personal one. We can say personal means we have two types, three types I told, right? Personal chat and we have a Teams also. We have a that's internally whenever go to our manifest. When you go to the manifest.json file, you can see team and personal. These two scopes we have. We can say personal or team. Personal means both chat or group chat, and we have the team also. Okay, we have a group option also here. You can see group chat. If you want to use group chat, you can able to use. Okay, that's we can plan. The three options only available. You can use just comma and control tab. You can able to see the options in the manifest.json file. Okay, let's say come back. Oh, sorry. Here you can get the update of the message. Okay, then I can do the conversation change update also little change. Reason behind this we can do whatever conversation come. I need to identify the user and we can use it. Okay, let's say I can say it just explain the code what we written. Whenever you're loading the conversation, you can take the user of object ID. I told the activity what username is there, and then it's a string ID, and you can say username is undefined, not equal to username. Anything is there. Then you can say get the username like a UN. Okay, if you have a value. If you don't have a value, just come out. Okay, and other if you don't have a value not equal to undefined, you can get the username assigned with that. That user ID is a context activity from the ID, and object ID you can pass from there to get it. Then username, and we need a teams info. Then we need to add a header also. Let's say is the header part. Already the team activity will be there. Just I can add all these together. We have the basically welcome message, everything by coming from here. I can just replace it. Okay. You can use a 1 second. Just to add the team info is enough, right? I can add the header from here. You can see team handler, comma header. Okay. Now it's gone, right? We need to add a get member part. What I say, team info, get members. What about the get member is not. Okay. I can get the users, whatever the ID. Okay, that's a get member to get the data. Okay. Once you got this data and send the activity to the user ID and team member. Okay. Just I can save. First initial symbol message you can send. Whenever calling to messages, it will send the import message. This is the app.ap message you can add, right? Now I can do it. Just I go here and execute it. Okay. How to execute? For the local development, we need to use ngrok to execute. Just I can run Gulf ngrok. ngrok is a free service, and we have a paid one also. Whenever you want a unique static ID, it will automatically create one ID is a URL. Automatically it will create. If you want a permanent static ID, then you need to uh, pay for that. Let's say you can go here and get ID ngrok. We have multiple different type of applications like this. You can whatever you want, you can able to get this. Nothing but by default, Microsoft Teams support only signed HTTPS. Okay, this is SSL enabled HTTP protocol. Okay, that's the main reason we need a proper URL with us HTTP. That's the what ngrok doing is exposing your local web server to a public URL. Okay, that's a simple point. Just exposing with a public. Okay, let's say you have execution. I just copy this URL. You want to paste this URL in your app also, where you are registered app, right? We need to just I can copy it. Go back my Azure. Here we go with the dashboard, your application, and you can see have the URL, right? That's a part profile configuration. You can just update it on. Okay, and you can save, come out and click a save, apply. And one more thing, we can see the channels part. What channel you want to export? We are need to expose in the Teams, right? On saved, I'll let you know. Yeah, now saved, right? Then I'll go configure channels. You can see we need to add a web chat or a Teams or any other channels. By default, we have multiple channels available. Whatever you prefer, you can able to use. Just I can click Teams and save it. It said we have two options. Let go with the commercial, don't with the government. That's only for US government process. Don't worry. Just save it. Now we're exposing the URL here. Okay, now done. I can say go back to my command. It's running. Okay, it's executing, right? It is ready. Okay, we are nearby to execution. The host is ready. First, you need to install the app. Okay, by default, we will your teams. That's advantage is. One second. Second, it's not yet clear. It's I don't want the conversation states. We can use. I can just remove these conversation stay. All these three is not required now. Just remove the conversation part with a normal empty one. Okay, let's say I can remove the construct. Okay, now we get it. Why still it's not missing something? I want to say. Okay, let's see why it's not. 1 second, I can. It's normally it will not happen like this. It's automatically come get member is there, right? Let's say why is missing. Maybe not installed. I need to update this one. I think so. Okay, I can use this. Okay, what I do is I can don't want to waste our time, right? It's just I can stop this one and I use that one. Mm, just update the IDs here, and it's because it's that previous one I used. We can use that. Just ID is enough to modify all the stuff. Say adding the new ID here. Okay, save all. Okay, now I'm going to use this one as my account. This says okay. Just I can run the Gulf sub and I get the new ID. Sorry, Gulf Njirak. Just I'm executing the code. Let's see. Just close this. Hope no errors here. Okay. Just what are the, no much difference. Just I think the get member it's not installed properly. I need to reinstall there in the application. There's it's a default. It's available. Okay. Let's say I can use. Okay, so that's a latest updates I need to add. Okay. I copy the URL to modify the configuration. I can go and update this URL. Okay. Always you need to do whenever you are changing in the development. If you are using free one, okay. If you are paid one, then no need to update. If you are using the free one, we need, because this is a URL, we need to communicate from the outside. Okay, that's a record, and bot or whatever it is, need a proper URL required. Okay, I'll go back to my application. Still, it's what I do is I can just remove it, and then only it will work. Maybe the version difference, we are the node is always, remember that whenever you are using node, the big challenge is the new nodes conversion coming. The previous version is already you are using, we need to remove it and re-execute, then only it support all the required elements. It will install automatically the new, based on the new changes, because already I used this application with the version 12. Now it's a new one, right? That is not supporting directly. That's why you can remove it and reinstall based on that. Okay, we are ready with this. I hope it's this time no error. Let's see. It's working now. That's good. I'll just go and update the URL. That's a new one. Okay, that's apply. You need to install it. What happen is, whenever you execute the ngrok serve, it will expose the URL. Not only that, it will build the code also. We can go here. You can see the package. You can see proactive messages there. Okay, just I can deploy this one in my Teams. Okay, just I'll go my Teams. Go here, add an app in a chat or wherever it is you want. You can go here and upload a customized app, or like that we can decide, right? You can upload a customized app from your organization or me and my teams. Okay, we can decide whatever it is. If you are admin, then this option will be there. If you are not admin, then you can have this one. If they enable as a dev option feature for you. Okay, let's say talent admin only, I can use this one. I can deploy first, select and open. It's installing. Okay, now we have a proactive message here, right? Just click it and go and add a team, or you can go and chat in the personal. Just I can click personal first. Okay, it's a chat in the personal where you can able to hear, pin it. You can, it will available here. For example, hello, hello bot. You can say bot. The message always I remember that it something that we can see. Uh, yeah, you typed hello, but the reason is the code I mentioned here, right? You typed user input. Okay, why saying together? Because of space we not added here. Okay, the space we have added, then it will work directly with that one. Okay, now we have a done with this personal part, right? We have a conversation we need to use. Just I can go and use the URL together. For example, I have a URL of ngrok. Sorry, we can go back. We have a ngrok URL is there, right? Okay. We have this URL. We need to use in our code. I use the uh, in the app. I can use this URL. Right? Just I can take this URL. I'll go back to my code. Okay, whatever is here, we can say here. For example, I'll create a new one. Okay, just I can say any one of the product. I can use it. I'll just rename it, and I can click send. We have not added any JSON anything, right? Just a body, can JSON raw part. One second, I think the latest one I added, right? Sorry, it's a post message. Header, everything is fine. We can see content length hosts, postman can accept it or see. Okay. What I do is I can say we have 36. It's okay. When you come to here, basic normal stuff is working. The message part is working. Whatever your type, you can have a personal run is coming. We need to go with the team also because a team element you can easily bring it. Just go to the teams, any one of your team, and go here and add the app. Okay, let's say plus. You can add and manage the apps. You can here. I believe you see no. Okay, more apps. Build on your organization. I can use these proactive messages. Okay, let's say yeah. You can add it and go here and add to the team and where you want to new projects as a general or you want a different part. For example, with different channel you want, you can able to use it. For some dev channel you want, I can use it, set up a bot. Okay, here what is the difference is you can be able to see here. For example, hi, it will nothing will happen because you have not added anything, right? That's we can do. Then one more thing is when you come to this bot, okay, that's a message reaction also we can do. Whenever you can have any reaction here, right? You can able to do the insertion for the particular whenever you're doing with this message, okay. It will reply based on that, okay. Whenever I'm reacting, it's sending the message. This was the interesting reaction. Like that, it will respond back. Whatever you're doing that. That's weak and it will take little time to do. The middle is a proactive message you need to send back to the user. Okay. 1 second. Save. Still, it's running. It will take. Once I'll use the postman with the new one. Because the bot is working fine. Let's say only thing is can say for example I go with the bot. You can say hello new why it's taking long time. Okay, what I do is I can run execution happen. Yeah, you typed hello new message. That's body is working. Just you need to send the message from outside. Why it's not happened? Let's see. Okay, what I do is I can go with this one and I can say the server running part. I can use some priority messages. URL we are added only the API message. It's a body content. I can say JSON and send. Okay, they say I can show with that one. It's a different place. Okay, it's just we need to verify the certification is correctly mapped. There's nothing to new because we are using the old one, right? Maybe that's the reason. Otherwise, it's the same. This is a process. What are the things you need to do? Create a Azure app. Then you can map with the Azure API. That's a app ID and app secret. Here also, that's enough. A local execution, you are using the ngrok to execute. That's a, for example, I can show again the commands. You can see here, this is a command gulf ngrok hyphen sir. Permanently you want to deploy, then you can deploy in your Azure. And then that's a permanent URL will be there. Right? The website URL will be there. You can create a web app and then map the web app URL there and deploy using your GitHub or any other Azure DevOps. You can do it. Okay. Whenever you are using the application, always you can communicate whenever from the Postman I'm using for an example, you can able to use from our own applications. Okay. Let's say we have a Postman right here. I can add the params is headers content type. Okay, application JSON I used. Body content raw JSON I can use. Okay. I'll just try one more time here. Just stopped. Yes. Okay, just I'll modify the new URL. Okay, that's you can take the URL, update in my Azure, and also I can go and execute here. It's running right now. I can add the new one because of the new changes. We need to redeploy the in the team. Otherwise, it will not work. You can just uninstall and go and remove it because it's already you are deployed the entry in here. That is available here. That's why you need to. Because otherwise, you can able to update also the same message. You can update version number need to update. That's the reason it's showing. Let's delete, understand, and delete tab, and just submit again. Whatever the changes you have. Message update. Still, it's not refreshed. This normally we need to do is just to change the version of this one, and we can say new version. We need to bring the version dynamically taking right. We can get the version. different version we can use, and you can execute. Final stage is we need to maybe the application is that we can use the proper this is a request information record. Then you can say in our application I'm not requested any data. I can share the code. Okay, you can say just a user information, whatever you're coming. Then I can send to the user whatever the message received from the object. I take the username and say this is a username, like that you can mention in our app. Okay, that's the conversation will happen in using the proactive message. Same thing what happen is whenever using like this, you can able to send that data. It will take the data to your teams and it will load in the teams. It's a send a card message. If you are using if a card message, if you are using a adaptive card to display normal message, you can bring the normal message or whatever it is based on your message you are added. Okay, I think it's a time up. Okay, any questions here? Anyone have any questions? Hi, I think it's any questions received or no, right?
Any questions? I don't see any questions in the chat window. Yeah.
Yeah, no questions, I think so. Okay, please, that's a final thing. You can go and register yourself with the quiz program to scan the code and take it. And the final one, we can get the as much as possible, you can use it. And finally, thank you for this. Okay, thank you everyone joining for my session. And I can share the code and PPT you can get from the team. Okay, thank you very much.